Hi friends, welcome back to the Guitar Spa where we bring you all the beautiful guitars reviewed just for you. And this is actually a Singapore brand called Shenoy guitars. And the brainchild actually is Arun Shenoy. He is a talented producer, musician, so and he have done an album using this guitar where he prototyped several prototypes, and I got a chance to meet up with him and listen to his story, and this is an interesting one right now that is on Kickstarter, and I like to review it. It's actually a SGA010 after intense painstaking design, where he worked with several companies and stuff like that, factories. He came out with this, and this is the final design, and I'm happy to do a review of this and allow you to explore, the possibility of owning this for, I think, just below 600 US dollars, shipped directly to your place, shipping included, okay, DHL or FedEx. So this basically is a dreadnought with a cutaway on this guitar. The fretboard scale length is 25.5, so pretty lovely. You have rosewood bridge, rosewood fretboard, but the fret, both are all stained black. Okay, the top is Sitka spruce, American Sitka spruce, that is forward shift X-rays, that is scallop, and even the two-tone bars are scallop. Back and sides are the African mahogany, and notice that they don't use any plastics on this in the binding, so the binding are all wood. This looks like blood wood, right, on this guitar, with purfling lines, and also real abalone that is used on the rosette itself. Okay, if you look at the fretboard, this is actually a tree of life wood inlay that is on this guitar itself. So if you were to get a custom luthier to do this, I guess this will cost you at least 5 to 800 US dollars, but this is done in the factory, and it's really nicely done. Inlaid, lovely tree inlaid, and also the design of the headstock. I'm just going to show you a little bit how it looks like. You can see the wood binding and the purflings and the Shenoy, and they're using the high-end die-cast tuners, which is 1 to 15 ratio. Okay, another thing about this guitar that I like is on the back, actually the neck is a volute, like the Martin style, but also the neck is reinforced with a 5-piece neck. Okay, we all know that when you reinforce the neck, or the neck is very stiff, it transfers a lot of energy to the body, and you can hear later it's evidently on this guitar. It's relatively woody on this whole gloss finish on this. It's a dovetail or glued in, and even the side braces, they are reinforced. I actually have a video of that on a shot on the underneath the hood itself. So pretty lovely guitar, and bone nut and bone saddle. I've already lowered down, do a final setup on this. So why do I do a setup on a guitar? I think when it comes in, the weather does move a little bit, and I feel that the nut was a little bit higher than usual to my liking, and I feel that once you do that, set it up correctly, and even adjust the necks a little bit, you will have a very rich sounding guitar, which is evidently here, right? Whoa. very open sounding. I took one strum of it and I'm just surprised, right? It looks like a plain Jane, but it's really open. The pins are plastic pins. Obviously, if you upgrade the pins, and it will actually improve the tone a bit. But and also the neck is pretty comfortable. 1/3 nut width. That's what I feel it is. And this one came with the 80/20 string, so it's a bit brighter than usual. Woo! Beautiful. I'm enjoying this guitar. It's one thing as you grow older, or you go past a certain age before 40, you prefer, you will gravitate away from the Indian rose towards a mahogany. That's the reason, right? I mean, Arun Shenoy is a producer. He's a musician himself, and you may be wondering why not Indian rose? Why mahogany, right? Why African mahogany? Because it produces that studio kind of tone that many people use mahogany to record. So I thought that is something that is interesting for you to know, because people always say, I know mahogany is not for me, but sounds really good, right? Let your ears be the judge, right? Don't let that visual thing. Sometimes a plain Jane is something that, especially for guitars, you'll be surprised. Some of the guitars that I like. Not inexpensive, but also mahoganies. A lot of them are mahogany. So let's do some flat backing. On the recording mix, it'll sound really, really good. I mean, you can see. Still sustaining. So on the even on the upper frets, you can do strumming. So you might be wondering, I mean, just below $600 I mean, how would this sound compared to a Martin, right? I have a D19, actually it's Andron deck spruce top with mahogany back and sides, but I'm gonna just play a little bit of this in the. Just to let you know, for a 600, I think $600 shipped directly UPS to, they're not making any money. In fact, I'm told they're making a loss, right? But it's just for marketing. So this is a Martin, right? A Martin D19 190th anniversary with mahogany back and sides, and actually a printed top on a Andorran deck. This is Seeker spruce, right? So you're not gonna pay a lot of money. It's not gonna be a lot of damage on this, but let's listen to how the Martins sounds like. So I would say 2025 is the golden age of guitars, right? A lot of guitars that used to make in China, or they are upping the game, and even producers like Martin, Gibson, Taylors, they are upping the game. They are coming out with, because the competition is fierce. Is either they innovate or they're gonna be taken away from the market, right? So people like Ferg, and a lot of companies, even Chord and even Aerobags, coming out with innovative guitars, and this is one of them that is designed by Arun Shenoy, and being a student musician, being a producer, he knows where is the tone and how it sits in the studio. That's why he painstakingly went back and forth with a lot of the producers to come up with a prototype, and until he got it right, that's why he's launching this. It's a simple looking guitar, but don't let this simple wood and guitar fool you. I mean, it's not making any money out of this. I'm not trying to sell you this, but I'm just trying to give you information. You get Tree of Life here. You got the rosewood bridge and rosewood fretboard that is stained black, Seeker spruce on the top, wood binding on the whole guitar itself, 5-piece neck, African mahogany on the scallop bracing, forward shift X brace, and also die cast, and a lovely headstock. I love the headstock, asymmetrical. It's really different from your normal guitar, and it will stand out especially on stage. And also, if you're doing a recording, it sits well, like woody, and the notes, the fundamental notes are very clear on this. So I'm gonna put the Kickstarter link just below in case you wanna just have a bite at this, because it's inexpensive, below 1,000 Singapore dollars, but I think 600 US dollars. It's really inexpensive, right? I mean, risk is very low because it's shipped directly from door to door, right, to your home. Even in USA, it's door to door. You don't have to pay for anything. It's all in. Okay, comes with a lovely hard case that is, I know it's a hard case. So please give me a like right now, and if you like to listen to more, give me your thoughts about this guitar just below this comment. It'll be good to have this conversation and this engagement that I like to have with you. Okay, till my next review, because I live with passion, clear guitar, allow love, joy, peace, health, and wealth to be multiplied in your life. This is Jarvis signing off. I see you soon. Bye bye.